Hello friends and good morning. Do you like my new pajamas? My mum got them for me and I just think that they're so cute. I actually matched my mug to it as well. I'm just having a morning cuppa. I've gone for the gunpowder green that I got from Dunblane the other day. And I've got such a lovely week planned because my mum is visiting and we've already had such a nice day. She arrived yesterday and we went and spent the afternoon with Claire and her family, so Sally, Yuri and Claire's mum. And we went to New Hales. We took the dogs for a walk and both mums stayed at the cafe and had a chat. So it was just such a lovely start to her little week in Edinburgh. And then we've also got quite a few places that we would like to visit over the next few days, some that we've never been to, like today, and some that we have been to but would really like to revisit and further explore. So today is one of those days that we're going to somewhere that we've never been to and we're so looking forward to it. The weather is meant to be really nice today, very hot. I'm even planning not bringing any kind of cardigan, light jacket. It's going to feel very strange leaving the house in just a dress and sandals. Anyway, today we are planning a trip to Dunblane. We've never been to Dunblane. The closest we've been is to Cromlix when we visited Andy Murray's hotel, which is just outside of Dunblane, and I actually filmed a video about that, so I'll maybe leave that at the end of this video. Ever since we went there, we've been really curious about Dunblane and keep thinking like, oh, we should go back and explore the village or the town, and today's that day. So very much looking forward to it. Don't know what to expect. Haven't done any research. It's about an hour's journey on the train from Edinburgh. So I figure that I'm going to use that hour to maybe read a little bit, but also most of the time I think I'm going to be looking up places to eat, what shops are there. We do know that there are 2 charity shops there, so we're very happy about that. And just see what other attractions are in the area. But it's really fun just going and not really having any expectation, not knowing what it looks like. And then after that, the other day we were talking about going to Dunblane and we realised that the stop before Dunblane is Bridge of Allan, which we've also never been to. I think maybe I have briefly been when I went to Stirling to visit a friend back in university. I think maybe we went there. Oh my goodness. I got such a shock. The squirrel, I can't film because he's gone now, but the squirrel's head just appeared at the window, like a peanut in his mouth. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, we're going to visit Bridge of Allan on the way back, and we've briefly looked up there. There's quite a few charity shops, looks like some really nice cafes, nice restaurants. So I think we're going to try and visit both places today. But yeah, just so looking forward to a fun day out with my mum and also visiting somewhere that we've never been together. Anyway, I'm going to finish my cup of tea, have a quick shower, and then we're going to get ready to head out for an adventure. Hello friends and welcome to Dunblane. It's already so warm, so I think it's going to be a really hot day. I think the first thing we're going to do is go and look for somewhere for lunch. Well, that was simply lovely. We had the nicest time at Another Tilly Tearoom. We didn't even know about it, but I did a little bit of research on the train because it's about an hour. And there was two places, one called, I think, Beach Cafe or Beach Rooms, and Another Tilly Tearoom. And I just thought this one looked so sweet and so lovely, and we really enjoyed it. Lovely sandwiches, very nice tea. And now we're heading off to do a little bit of charity shopping, I think. There's Andy Murray. Well, so far our time in Dunblane has been utterly lovely. So nice. Actually feels like we're on holiday because temperatures are meant to go up to 27 degrees here, which is pretty hot for Scotland. But we've had a lovely time. We had a little browse in the charity shops. We didn't find anything, and then we nipped in and out a few of the museums and the cathedral just now, and now we're just wandering back towards the station. That's us back on the train, and next stop, Bridge of Allan. So just one stop later, probably about 5 minutes or so, we are in Bridge of Allan, and we've not been here either, so we're just heading down towards some more charity shops. And then I think we might even have an early dinner here and then get the train back to Edinburgh. So I think that's the plan at the moment. Hello friends! So as you can see, I am back in my flat in Edinburgh, and actually my mum has already headed back to Fife. It is over a week since we went on our wonderful day trip to Dunblane. We just had the best time. The best time. It far exceeded our expectations, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I had just not really been aware of it. You know, when people talk about day trips from Edinburgh, they often mention North Berwick, Linlithgow. I've never heard Dunblane in that conversation. So we just figured it would be nice to check it out. There probably isn't a whole lot there, but that's fine. We knew there was 2 charity shops, so we were happy there, and we knew there was at least a cafe. So I just couldn't have imagined that there would be 2 museums, a cathedral, so many lovely independent shops, at least 2 places, like 2 cafes. I think there was also a hotel with a pub maybe, and just such lovely scenery with the river and the quaint cottages. It's just so picturesque. It's probably everything I want in a day trip location. Actually, the only thing it's missing, I would say, is a bookshop, but there are 2 charity shops that sell books. Plus there are also the Dunblane Museum has big bookshelves full of books that you can buy. I believe it was for £1. And then way ahead had a sort of little library style bookshelf that you could take one and leave one. So honestly, probably one of my favourite day trip locations now, and will be telling anybody who asks me for recommendations now to go to Dunblane. Had the best time. When we were there, we didn't get too much. We didn't actually find anything in the charity shops that time. But I did get my tea that I've mentioned in my last vlog, I think. It is Xin Yang Mao Jian, and it's a green tea, and I'm really enjoying it. I actually had it this morning as well, and I'm thinking about actually emailing or messaging the owner of Way Ahead to see what is the actual brand of the tea, because I don't live nearby. If I lived nearby, I would just continually pop in and get a top up. But Dunblane it's not far. It's like an hour on the train, but I think that's a little bit far for my tea commute. My mum also got a lovely drink from there. And where else? I got 2 postcards actually from Another Tilly Tearoom. I got this lovely one by Stuart Brown, and it's a print of a painting of the river that you will have seen in the vlog. Really lovely. And the other one is just a really fun one with Andy Murray's gold postbox as an illustration. It's so cute. And I think that's all we got. Oh, and I also have this little stamp. They had the really fun, like, old-fashioned stamp press thing at the museum. So I took away one of the little pieces of paper, definitely for kids, but I was like, that's going in my junk journal. And then after, as you will have seen, after Dunblane, we're so glad that we also popped to Bridge of Allan on the way home, because so many lovely gift shops, great charity shops, lovely cafes and restaurants, just such a lovely high street, so many lovely things. We didn't get a chance to, I think there's somewhere you can go that you see a view of the Wallace Monument, and we were looking for that, but it was incredibly hot. I know that depending where you are, 28 degrees will not seem hot, but somehow in Scotland it feels so much hotter. And I grew up in Malaysia, so I'm not just saying that as, although probably I'm not acclimatized to it anymore, but it was just so hot that day that we had to keep nipping into shops, and some shops had air, like kind of fans or slight air conditioning, and most of them were just even hotter. So by the time we had finished browsing the high street of Bridge of Allan, we were both like, let's just have a cup of tea and go home, because we'd actually thought about having dinner there, but it was a little bit too early for dinner, and again, we were just so hot and tired that we're like, I think we'll just head back to Edinburgh and have dinner at home, which worked out really well. And our favourite shop, for sure, hands down, was the amazing vintage charity shop that we visited, where I got what I'm wearing. I'm just so pleased to have found this. My mum spotted it. She said if it was in her size that she would have immediately got it, but I've ended up coming home with it. I'm so happy. It's a vintage Jenner's 2-piece, so it's got a vest top underneath and then a little cardigan over the top, so you could wear it wear both. Yeah, I'm just so happy. And I think anybody who visited Edinburgh or grew up in Scotland and would visit, or grew up in Edinburgh and visited Jenner's, I just have the fondest memories of visiting Jenner's as a child. Would have absolutely loved to see it in its heyday. I feel like I saw it towards the end, sadly. I just have such fond memories of their toy shop downstairs. They used to play like Disney movies, and it's just such a magical space for a child. I had the best time there, and then after that we often would go upstairs to the restaurant with my mum and my gran, and I have the most vivid memories of the fun. I don't know if he was meant to be a penguin. He was some kind of funky bird that you would get. He was a plastic funky bird, and inside you would get ice cream. Probably not great for the environment, but as a child, the most magical thing. And I might try and find a photo, actually. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but it was just the best memories. So in the past, like probably 10 plus years ago, I did find a Jenner's short sleeve shirt in a charity shop, and it's somewhere in one of these cupboards. So when I do my charity shop haul and include this, I'll try and find that as well to include. But I couldn't be happier to own another piece of vintage Jenner's clothing, and it's in such amazing condition. I've already washed it, obviously, and it washed and dried really well. It didn't take long to dry. Yeah, I couldn't be happier. So pleased. And probably one of the best charity shops I've been in, because they had a lot of genuinely vintage stuff, often from around the world as well, and it wasn't that expensive. They're very affordable. This, I don't know if I mentioned, was £10. So very pleased. And then the other shop that we really enjoyed visiting was called, I think, An Uncommon Life. The owner was just so friendly, so welcoming, and my mum ended up getting some dark scabious flower seeds. I think it was like a dark pink or a dark purple. Looked really, really pretty. So I'm not sure if she's tried planting them yet. It's maybe the wrong time of the year, but that was a really lovely shop. It reminded me a little bit of Life Story, actually, in Edinburgh, if you've been. And then our last stop of the day, which was definitely the cherry on the cake. And not because of the cafe. The cafe was fine. It was good. It served its purpose. I think we enjoyed the cake and the cup of tea. But we had the best interaction when we met Joyce and her dog Darcy. It was just so wonderful to, first of all, it's always lovely to meet any of you that watch the videos and actually put a face to a name or a username. And once we got talking to Joyce, we just realised how many connections that we had. We have a mutual friend, like a really close family friend of ours is a mutual family. Well, I think she's actually related to her. And it ended up being that my mum and Joyce went to the same school. They didn't know each other in school. I don't think they were in the same year, but they had the same teachers. When they were talking about the teachers, they knew who each other was talking about. And that's just mind-blowing. The fact that my mom and I would be recognised in Bridge of Allan, already mind-blowing, I don't expect to be recognised. And then for her to have a mutual friend, and then for her to have come from the same area as my mom and went to the same school, it didn't even feel real. When we left, we were like, that's just incredible. So Joyce, if you're watching, so delightful to meet you and Darcy, and hopefully we can meet up at some point. I still need to send you an email, actually. So lovely to meet you both. So I've been prattling on for so long. I didn't mean for the ending to be quite so long, but I think I've showed you everything. Oh, wait. I also got a lovely thank you card from another one of the gift shops. Isn't that lovely? It's by Roger Laborde. And we got it on sale, which was really fun. I just couldn't resist it. I was like, at some point, people do lovely things. There's always a reason to give a thank you card, so I picked it up. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Probably one of my favourite days out. Genuinely had the best time, and hopefully it'll become one of my favourite vlogs as well, so I hope that you enjoyed it as well. I'm going off to finish the video and have some lunch. I will see you all very soon. Bye!